By the year 2100, if the average global temperature were to increase by 1.5 degrees Celsius, the presence of coral reefs would decline by 70 to 90%. If this percentage, or if this amount of increase in the average global temperature were allowed to rise by 2%, just 0.5 degrees more, this percentage and the decline of presence would rise to more than 99% in the presence of coral reefs. At this point, impacts of climate change upon nature, such as this, are imminent. We must now implement solutions to minimize these impacts and to prepare ourselves for the future. In the U.S., the general public will most blatantly experience these effects through the changes in agriculture. In order to lessen the severity of this experience, we must work to proactively protect society and agricultural systems. However, first we must understand the problem itself before posing solutions. We know this: climate change produces direct impacts upon agriculture. According to research, evidence from global models indicates that farming populations residing in tropical regions are expected to experience a deterioration in agricultural yields and income. In temperate regions, farming populations are expected to experience an increase or decrease slightly. These increases and decreases will directly affect human society, as the food that we use in our everyday lives may become scarce or overabundant. In addition, research estimates that 10 million tons of food per year is wasted in the U.S. in agricultural development alone. As a result, the impact of these declines in food yields will become more pronounced, as the food that could have gone to society is wasted. With these impacts in mind, we must understand that climate change is a result of human activity. The UN states that greenhouse gases keep some of the sun's warmth from reflecting back into space, making the Earth livable. As such, greenhouse gases act as a sort of blanket around the Earth, trapping in the heat. NASA reports that over the last century, the burning of fossil fuels, like coal and oil, have increased the concentration of greenhouse gases. To a lesser extent, the clearing of land for agriculture, industry, and other human activities have also increased this concentration. As such, we can conclude that climate change stems from human activity and that it will impact human society and agriculture. Now, with our understanding of the imminent problem, we must review effective solutions. As climate change will impact human society in two ways, in agriculture and in food insecurity, we must pose two solutions to address each specifically. For the first, research regarding the projected impact of climate change upon agriculture have produced this solution. The U.S. government, or a governmental program, must aid in the adaptation of crops and livestock in an integrated crops-livestock agricultural system, as has been implemented in select parts of the country. Now, that was a lot of field-related vocabulary in a short amount of time, so we'll break that down. According to an academic article in the Climate Change Journal, in an integrated crops and livestock system, the residue left by crops will help sustain the livestock, while the livestock acts as a biological backup plan or backup income for the producer when yields decrease. In addition, this same journal reports that efforts to develop crop varieties with increased heat tolerance, drought resistance, and disease resistance are underway. Work is underway in livestock breeding to develop genetics that can decrease the impact of heat stress on fertility and develop heat resistance. As a result, this adaptation and integration plan is a win-win situation. Producers have a pre-existing backup plan when yields decrease, and the production of crops in agriculture will remain the same with these adaptations. However, this first solution solely covers agriculture. To address the indirect impact upon human society through food insecurity, a solution presents itself regarding the U.S. Department of Agriculture's produce criteria. An article of the Natural Resources Journal states, in light of the likelihood of negative effects of climate change on food production, the large amount of food waste in the U.S. must be addressed. So that's the plan. The same article explains what steps need to be taken. The USDA should consider revising its grade standard for fruits and vegetables to decrease the amount of discarded ugly produce, keeping the safety criteria such as lack of rot or decay, but eliminating the cosmetic criteria. Overall, this solution protects against the impacts of climate change on society, as the usable but ugly produce is saved and can be used by the people of this society. This will be especially important as agricultural yields decrease and the amount of remarkable food drops with it. With that, we have our solutions and we know the problem. Climate change will implement negative effects within agriculture. Human society will face significant hardships as access to necessary food decreases with yields. We can avoid the negative effects upon agriculture through the adaptation of crops and livestock and the implementation of in an integrated system and producers. We can prepare for the societal effects by the elimination of food waste in the food production system. Knowing that, we must also understand this. Climate change and its effects are a problem because of human activity. It is our greenhouse gas emissions that are causing this issue. It is now our responsibility to fix it if we want a future that is not ravaged by nature itself. So petition the legislature, contact politicians, spread the word, make this an issue that cannot be ignored. If we can do that, then we can protect ourselves against climate change and build a brighter, cooler future.